let us make history, bringing massive underground electronic music back to Switzerland. The next artist casts a spell over thousands of ravers all over the world, and his mixes show how progressive, psy, tech, and uplifting trance are merged into an unforgettable and explosive set. Representing Poland, and for the very first time in Switzerland, Indecent Noise.
Hi, I'm Indecent Noise. I'm in Switzerland, in Zürich, and I'm about to play in the next universe. And in the next few minutes, you'll see myself and Viktor Kidson in a really nice interview.
So, Aleksander, how's life right now?
Life's good, you know. Just it's been a really tough month in the studio, you know, working on new singles to cover the next few months. But it's alright, you know. Just I did some rest and relax are our thing back home, and I'm looking forward to travel again.
I know you've been extremely busy in the studio. We'll get back to that later on, actually. But we're in Zürich right now for Next Universe. Are you excited?
Yeah, I am, of course. You know, just it's a new ground. I've never been to Switzerland before, so I'm looking forward to it.
How do you prepare yourself for a brand new crowd?
It's hard to say, you know, because you are most like you're preparing yourself for a certain set time, because I'm playing for 4:30 till 6, which is pretty late. So you prepare yourself more like this, you know. Yeah. You prepare your harder stuff. You prepare side trance, you prepare tech trance, more like a hard trance stuff. There is no point to test anything that's soft.
You mean just go banging straight through, right?
Yeah, it is. You know, the people were just no one at the 5 a.m. No one wants to listen to the you know hands in the air melodic stuff, and they want to be crashed, and they want to be like smashed, and this is what I'm gonna do. You know, it's all straight like tech trance, side trance for 90 minutes.
But I know in the future, I know you have a gig coming up at Toika, for example, where in Toronto, where you're playing 11 till 4, right? How do you? I mean, that's a whole different level for Indecent Noise. Yeah, that's the 5-hour sets, right, or even more, it's even longer. I mean, it's the tell me about a set like that.
Oh, that's really interesting, you know, because I did a few longer sets before. I did 5-hour set. That was the first Noise set in London, but that was just after James Diamond, who ended 1:40, so there was no point of building it up, right? There was a peak time set. That was like basically a daytime event, so there was no peak time set. Apparently it was. So that was like a straight 5 hours straight. There was even that journey. I wouldn't call it a journey, because 5 hours. Smash fest. Right, but speaking of Toika, you know, I start really early, which is 11, like you said. So I really look forward to it, because, you know, all of you knows me from the 140 stuff, and I'm looking forward to show you that I'm more than that, and I have a more kind of progressive background, because there's the music that I listened to when I was a kid. Yeah. Right, and so I have a lot of this stuff common in my sets as well. You know, when you listen to Radio Bosh, you can easily tell it's the music is changing. Right, there was at the beginning there was a straight 2 hours trance. There was some side trance, and right now it's more like a 20 minutes, 30 minutes of more like a deeper stuff. You know, techno vibes, kinda, you know, selective records, cocoon, drum code music. Yeah. This is really refreshing, and during this 5-hour set at Toika, I'm looking forward to build to create kind of journey for the people, you know, start with 130, really deep progressive sound that I grew on, and, you know, the progressive house music, you know, the proper progressive house music, which is not Martin Garrix or anything like this.
No, I saw Martin Garrix is apparently trance right now. Did you see that?
Yeah. Just EDMA awards. Oh my God, it's so funny. You know, this is funny. I really don't know who was behind it, but he really needs to get educated.
But even Martin Garrix knew that it wasn't trance. I saw on Twitter, so that's cool.
Yeah, I saw the tweet as well. You know, he was really surprised. But apparently, if he won't win, there'll be Armin who's gonna win this award for the consecutive year. Yeah. But the Toika thing, right? 5 hours set, which is the whole journey. So. Like I said in some, I think there was an interview with you before, that when you play in longer set, you have time to play music you don't play. Usually play, right? Because you have more time, and you have like a 5 hours journey to 5 hours of music to cover. So there'll be like progressive, there'll be techno, there'll be psytrance ending. I'm not touching, and then the first 90 on 120 minutes trance at all. You know? No. That basically it's not even a point. Playing at 11, you know. Let's start at 1 with some, you know, just more like a trancy vibes. And now in Toika, you know, I played there in October last year. And it's supposed to be 3 hour set, and ended to be 4.5. Yeah. So, you know, it's called Noise, right? 5 hour set, but probably will end at 6.5. So imagine yourself playing like 6 hour set and playing not trance for 6 hours. It's boring, you know? Yeah. So I hope that Shelly, I love you. You are a gorgeous girl, brilliant talent, great girl. I hope she's gonna do a really good warm-up job for me, you know, not crossing the lines, right? Exactly.
Speaking about North America, Canada and US, I know you guys just took the Mental Asylum nights out of Poland to the US and New York. How does that? I mean, that's a great idea, right?
Yeah, it is. You know, there was a natural step for us to take the label globally. And I think the New York, we're doing New York on the March 15th, and then a week later in UK at RONG. At RONG. Yeah, it's. I think it's a natural step for us. You know, we test the ground in Poland, the home ground of mine, and then we're taking it globally.
Looking at the reaction so far. The early birds sold out in 30 minutes in New York, and at RONG less than an hour, right? Yeah. And that's the best RONG event. Yeah. Selling the early birds like that.
Yeah, I'm really happy. You know, just maybe it's the thing. Maybe, you know, that people are kind of tired of the slower stuff. You know, maybe they want, and they show it easily. They want hard music, you know. That's Mark Sherry, Jordan Suckling, myself, and at RONG, and the Matt, Jay Stirwell, and myself, of course, obviously. And in New York, maybe this is that people want right now, you know. So I'm really happy. So
I know you've been very busy in the studio lately. You even told me that you were lazy last year. How do you feel right now?
I've been lazy, you know, maybe because of my diary. You know, I didn't have much time to produce any quality music lately. I mean, in 2013, because starting from the State of Trance till the end of the year, I was away every single weekend, you know. And there was, you know, India tour, there was Asia tour, there was lots of traveling around the States, you know, there was Argentina. So that was really crazy, and I've you know, and I'm working like this, that where I'm not inspired and that I don't work at all. So 2013, I had to admit, sorry guys, I was really lazy, and there was just a one EP that came on in I think it was February, and there was a Supercharged Disorder EP, and there was a Protest Haze. There was a few releases, remixes that came out like after the summer, when I had finally some chance to sit in the studio just before Luminosity. I think I had the weekend off, so just there was a 5 or 6 days when I finished the Thunder Flash remix for Jay Steerwall for Mental Asylum, and Inertia, the Chamber, that's finally coming out in, I think, March or April. And yeah, the remix of Federation, New Religion. Those are just the 3 tracks I just nailed in a few days. You know, that was really freaking. I work like this, Victor, and I work like this. You know, I am in studio mode like one in a few months. Seriously, I need to feel the hunger of producing. Right, I'm just going to studio and just work as hard as I can to cover the next few months of releases. You know, because, like I said, you know, in the previous question, when you travel a lot, you don't have time.
Yeah. If we will go back to Warsaw 2.0. Right. You sent me a sample of that, like 4 minutes, and I drove to the airport, and I kept listening to those 4 minutes in the car because it's a fantastic groove in that track. What can you tell me more about the track with the clock sound? You know, tell me more about the track. Tell us more about the track.
Yeah, the clock sound. The funny thing about this track is you didn't notice that it has the vocal sample on the first drop.
Yeah, I know, it's a girl, right?
Yeah, it's a girl, and it's a Polish verse.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a Polish verse. Siała baba mak, nie wiedziała jak, and so on and so forth. So I discovered the vocal sample on the internet. So I just decided, come on, it's a track about my city, about Warsaw. So I should like turn it even more Polish, right? So the result is, I think, is fantastic, and it really works. But about the clock sound, it just click on me. It's really interesting sound. There is no big idea behind this track, you know. Just like when someone fits, just leave it there. Yeah. So that's the Warsaw 2.0. You know, it has few more. It has the melodic part because the original Warsaw is a melodic trancer, and there is a this like Hoover sounds, you know.
Yeah, like a factory or something. Yeah, some really rough things
and stuff. And there's like a Citron's Madness on drop. There is no big idea behind this track. You know, to be honest with you, Victor, and to be honest with you people, I don't produce music that won't work in clubs. I produce club music, you know, because personally I think that the majority of tracks produced right now is made for a certain radio show, which is A State of Trance. And the people forget that we play this music. We are looking for the music to play in the bloody clubs and the festivals. And the majority of music right now is radio music. It doesn't work.
You mean people produce tracks only to play them on A State of Trance, for example?
Yeah, I have this feeling. It works right now. That, you know, it's not the point. You know, there's some music. You know, it's called just radio music. You just stay there. It's cool to play it on the radio show when you it's kind of radio music, but it doesn't do anything on the dance floor. Exactly.
That's an interesting idea, because I don't think, people like pinpointing while producing just tracks before to be able to reach a play on a radio show or something like that, and it could obviously destroy the dance floors as well if there's no energy, if there's no beat, if there's no groove into it either.
Yeah, but to be honest with you, Victor, what I think personally is that the music has to be back to roots, alright? When let's say 2000, 2001, 2002, there was 4 major players in the scene, trance scene, right? It's Armin, Paul van Dyk, Tiesto, and Ferry Corsten, right? And each of those guys has their own sound, right? So the producers were more like open-minded, right? They had the freedom of choice, of the style of the certain sound, right? Because Paul van Dyk always picked the harder groove, harder stuff, you know, when the other guys were more into melodic stuff, right? And right now, when there is only one player on the scene, everything is went the really weird, twisted kind of way, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And which is not good when one human being has this kind of power, right? Because everything is all about him and all about his vision of music, right? I'm you know, the people can say it's evolution, but I'm not. I can't agree with this kind of evolution. So yeah, I hope that the next few months, maybe next year, I mean 2014, will bring some really nice club music. I just, you know, there's a lot of music to be played in the clubs that there is a trendy enough, but at the same time it's skipped by Armin, right? Like,
So you think people don't play it just because he's not playing it, or?
yeah, you know, just definitely, you know, Armin support in A State of Trance boosts sales a lot. Come on, just so that people downloading these tracks because they heard about, you know, in the State of Trance. I'm not surprised, you know, because when the, let's say, John Doe, right? He wants to be you know, in touch with the trance. You know, he wants to hear what's going on in the trance. He's gonna stick to A State of Trance because it's the biggest. Easily, it's the biggest radio show. So, but at the same time, Armin, I think personally that Armin missed a lot. You know, of sounds, of elements that makes trance really unique music. It's not like vocal stuff or kinda progressive. I don't want to say any, you know, artist-wise, but
I know what you mean though, like sound-wise, right?
Yeah,
and how everything is sounding.
Yeah, exactly. It's but I would say to Armin, don't be prisoner of your own style. Exactly. Come on. You can play some psytrance from time to time, you know, on the State of Trance. Trance, it's not vocal stuff or like a flower, just like unicorn stuff.
What else do you have going on for 2014 right now? We talked about the Mental Asylum nights, of course, and
the track wise, right? I have the Daybreak track. You probably heard it on the SoundCloud and the Alan Fila set for A State of Trance. It's coming out, I think, in April, May time. Mental Asylum. There's a one track with Noir Lee, and there is Warsaw 2.0 coming next month. It means March, and there's a one track Witch Hunt that I only play it on the live shows. There's no recordings of it. No one heard about it, you know. And I played it in Milan last weekend, and there was a biggest reaction for the whole night. The new track that I decided to test it, and it's supposed to be Phobia follow-up, but it turned out not to be more like a deeper. It's 138, big lead melody. The breakdown, some horns and the percussion drop, and it works just brilliant, you know. And there's a few tracks I really want to finish. This one track I sent this to you is more like a deeper sigh, you know what I mean? Just
I know which one.
Yeah, it'll be good for a B-side for some EP, you know. And Mental Asylum, right? 2014. Yeah. Oh, come on, this is really good topic. You know, Mental Asylum 2K14. Oh yeah, definitely. The spotlight, the biggest thing that happened to us is the John Askew joining Mental Asylum with his brand new single called Mechanism. There's a Mark Sherry who decides to join us as well with his collab called Feels So Right. Yeah, I think Feels So Right.
2 minutes,
yeah, it's just too many. Yeah, I know it feels so something, but I think it's a Feels So Right. Yeah, so there's a Mike Sherry who decided to join us with his collab called Feels Alright. Lots of new music from the regulars. The next thing after the Razor remixes from James Diamond and Eddie Bitar is the EP final release from Johan Ekman. Gorgeous music. Open your
Swedish
eyes.
quality, right?
Yeah, exactly. You know, just the sounds of the EP is just remarkable. This is like a bipolar thing. Both are 130, 140. I mean, 130. Come on.
You have to apologize for that.
Yeah, sorry. 140 is Open Your Eyes and Reliability. Brilliant tracks, you know. And there's a Warsaw 2.0 finally. And there's, this Johanna Carvajal track with just finished remix from Alan Morrow, James Diamond original, Just Let Me Be. Nice, really nice tracks with kinda big roomish melody.
It sounds like 2014 is going to be a great year, both for the label and the label nights as well, right?
You know, we are covered till the August 2014, which is February 8th right now. So we are 7 months ahead. And the next thing I want to push is obviously Tales from Mental Asylum Chapter 2. And I can promise you it'll be much better than the first one. You know, there'll be much better, much more music and the same kind of way of mixing. You know, the live reworks, live samples playing, like a big make mashups, over 20 tracks on the CD. So what I plan to do is I just sort of crazy. You never heard about this before, and I want to do live sets released. Kind of like discovered it with Live Us.
Yeah, the CDs.
Exactly. I want to try license some tracks to the mix and the release, as with the crowd noise, 75 minutes of madness, Mental Asylum madness. So yeah, this is the thing I want to do it this year.
I know you have some very. We talked about it also on Skype, but it wasn't really official. But I know that you have some very exciting plans for Radio Bosh too, right?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. Exactly. Radio Bosh 50. There'll be like 2 months on After Hours FM. One will be like a regular episode of 50, the big one, and another one will be like a best of Radio Bosh of 50. And after of 50, I decided to close down the project. There will be no Radio Bosh anymore. Yeah.
But
at the same time, same slot, 2 hours, there'll be Mental Asylum Radio. Maybe because there's a kind of like evolution of me, or maybe because I decided to do everything under one brand, right? Under Mental Asylum, which is a really good brand. We have the Frank.
It is a good brand. It's a strong brand, almost like Kidson brand.
Yeah, almost. Just we're trying to top you, but it's hard. It's hard, man. No,
but looking at how's the radio's gonna change the sound of the show?
Sound. No, because Radio Bosh. Bosh means it's Bosh sounds, so 140 sounds. Just like a fucking Bosh.
Yeah.
Right, but from just the radio. My Radio Bosh is going kind of. It sounds different right now. There's a lot more like a groovy sound, and instead of the ridiculously banging music,
you're gonna be able to take people on journeys to the Radio Bosh too, right?
It's hard. It's hard to take people on the journey during the radio show, because there is a new music you want to promote, right?
Yeah.
Every month. So it's a challenging thing but there'll be more like a progression of the radio show that I tried to do it in the last few months. I've been trying to do in the last few months. You know what I mean? Starting from the groover stuff, 132, 134. So I won't feel the pressure of the name Bosh. There'll be just like a good music, well mixed, 2 hours every month. Just best of. Sorry, it's not the best. I don't like the word best because when I hear something like, oh, this is the best of this is the best of that. I just no. It's because everyone has their own taste. So
Yeah. Your personal favorites, or
my personal favorites of the month. Well mixed in 2 hours mix, but it's not a set. Come on, it's mix.
what else do you have? I mean, for personal goals for 2014, I know you achieved something very recently, right?
What was that?
You achieved something that I can imagine, being Polish and drinking a lot of beer could be tricky for you, right?
Exactly. Yeah. I achieved 2 months of drink challenge.
Not drinking, right?
Yeah, not drinking. There was a whole December, whole January of drink.
I mean, how hard was it?
It wasn't hard at all, because it's all about here. It's all about strong will, and turn out I really have strong will, even though the whole December was all about traveling. I stayed sober, and I discovered that I don't need to drink to have fun, but it's more like I really wanted to do it. There was another thing because why I want to do it, because there was a health thing, right? Yeah. I really want to clear my organism from the toxins and stuff. I felt I had a really really bad health issues coming after November in the month of December.
What was it like to play a gig without drinking? Because you did, right?
Yeah, it was fun actually. It was kind of refreshing, and it was definitely much better in the morning. Yeah, there's no hangover. You are like after 3 hours of sleep, you are well rested. You can just go fly more or party more. But it's, I don't feel I lost the feeling that I lost the joy of drinking, during those 2 months, just I'm right now, I'm just drinking this because it's a part of experience, right? It's Swiss beer, I really wanted to try it, and it's fun to drink with friends, right? But just getting wasted, I think I'll getting old, kinda, and I need to limit myself. That the great days are beyond, there, and
you keep focused more, right? When you're sober.
Exactly, it's a funny thing. I think we should talk about it. That I decided to expand my DJ live setup, with new controller. Mm-hmm. And it requires you to be more focused. You have more buttons and knobs and to control. And it requires you to be full focus. But it's not like you're just there, right? You're having fun as well. Because there's lots of effects, one shots, drum loops. Yeah. It's fun. It's fun. I just made this Scratch app. It's part of Boshzilla, renamed to Noisezilla. It's Noisezilla 6000 right now, not Boshzilla 5000. Yeah. So I have this Scratch app, and just you have to be focused on what you're doing, because people are coming to see you're giving from yourself 100% or even more. So
It feels good, and I know the fans are going to be happy to hear that you're going to be not super drunk and focused on.
Come on! I've never been super drunk. I've never played.
No, I'm just kidding.
I just only played like twice in Poland when I was super drunk because of my friends that were pouring me drinks, drink after drink, and I was fucking mad. Sorry, this F word. That was like beep mad. So I didn't have any pleasure of waking up next morning. It was just nightmare.
It feels good though that we have a new refreshed Indecent Noise for 2014. Busy in the studio, focusing on DJ sets and Mental Asylum nights, going global as well. So I have a feeling it's gonna be a good year for you, man.
I hope so. We have a great things going already. Festivals wise, music wise, label wise. Fingers crossed.